Why has the proportion of Chinese in Malaysia plummeted from nearly 40% in 1957 to a projected 22.2% by 2025? This isn't accidental, but rather the result of a series of policies and realities. First, having children presents two different challenges for Malays and Chinese. For many Malays, having more children is both a religious imperative and a financially sound proposition. 5 or 6 children can earn over 4,000 ringgit in government subsidies, enough to keep a family firmly in the middle class. But for the Chinese, having children is an arms race. They desperately invest in their children's education and future, knowing that having too many children will only stretch their family's limited financial resources, potentially leaving none of them in a position to rise to higher status. Current policies effectively encourage Malays to have more children while indirectly punishing the Chinese for their reproductive choices. Second, the Chinese have been relegated to the margins of the nation. It may sound harsh, but the reality is that if a nation cannot even participate in national defense and government, how can it truly be recognized? 93% of the Malaysian military is Malay, with Chinese virtually non-existent. Of the 1.2 million civil servants, 90% are Malay, while Chinese make up a mere 6%. Climbing the corporate ladder is incredibly difficult. The most ironic point is that only about 10% of citizens pay taxes, and of those, 80–90% are Chinese. Our fellow Malays, the majority ethnic group, pay virtually no taxes. To put it bluntly, Malaysia has become a fiscally peculiar place, with the Chinese, a minority, paying to support and protect the Malays. TM majority ethnic group. Third, even the most equitable path to education is blocked by quotas. No matter how hard Chinese students work or how good their grades are, getting into the top public universities in Malaysia is a matter of luck. Admissions to the top 20 universities have long been locked up by Bumiputra privileges, severely squeezing the upward mobility of Chinese children. This dead end has forced many families to either have fewer children to concentrate their resources or simply send their children abroad. It's no coincidence that approximately 2 million Malaysians currently live abroad, the majority of whom are Chinese. Finally, faith is an invisible wall. Chinese believe in Buddhism, Taoism, and Christianity, but those willing to convert to Islam, integrate it into the mainstream, are ultimately a minority. Different faiths mean different lifestyles and social circles, and this cultural divide objectively hinders population integration. In short, the continued decline in the proportion of Chinese is the result of a combination of low fertility rates, unfair policies, limited political participation, and cultural differences. This isn't a natural selection problem, but rather an answer shaped by policy and existential realities.